Again, this is Old Man PHP. I create PHP video tutorials for you guys who want to learn a new skill and compete with the young crowd. This is video number 91. I just want to continue with the object-oriented programming, and I'll repeat myself just in case you came straight to this video, not the other ones, and then come to this one. That the object-oriented programming is a programming paradigm, based on concepts of objects. The objects can contain data, called fields, attributes, and properties. And they have actions that can be performed just like functions, but it called methods in this case, or procedures. Methods is really the right way of doing it. Anyway, in this video, I wanted to continue the concept and provide full script. Now, I did the other ones kind of broke it down a little bit at a time, and then I did another one a little bit more complicated when we started talking about implements and extends and inheritance. We're going to do the same thing here. And when I mentioned the different, let's just go there. Remember when I mentioned that we're not going to type this stuff again? See this right here? This is the actual thing we're going to be doing. What I did was I included the test, the OOP test, within the stuff that we were doing before, right? From the template website, that you can actually, I just wanted to show you that, look, you can actually put this stuff inside HTML, okay? And of course, this will be done better when you do it for real, because powered by convert to WordPress. That's what I call my little business. But I included it in here just to let you know that could be, you can do your test. You don't have to do the blank ones like we did before, like over here, and here. So I just added it in there, okay? So it kind of looks like this. Oh, by the way, I also included this in case you wonder, oh, what is this? This is a function. This is a PHP function that creates a hash tag like for passwords. And if this had a form, right, that you put the data into it and you hit the submit button, this will calculate the hash, and you send it over to the other part, the destination script, and from there they can check it out, see if you're legit. But I just kept it there. It's nice to have certain things. Sometimes you'll be looking for something, and if you have all these scripts and files, you say, man, what did I don't remember doing, what was that? And you can always, look it up here. It's not doing anything here, I just kind of left it in there. This is, of course, HTML5, that's what it tells you. You got your HTML, you got your heads, of course, all the CSS stuff from before. And of course, this is built dynamically, as you can see right here. And of course, this one is more embedded, right? This one right here. Although you can do this same technique here, but I just wanted to break it down that you can do it here and you can do it like that. I'm trying to give you a lot of different things so you can use my stuff as your reference, or you can get stuff out of it. That's what I do anyway. Anyway, so I took a section. Of course, I added a few, paddings around, and then I added it in here. Look, it starts right here and it ends down here. I wrote it. I typed it out. Because I know it would have taken a little longer, so I figured I'd just get it done like this. You know what I'm saying? More like here, a class is a blueprint. Private can only be accessed inside the class. protected is like private but can be accessed or changed by other classes that inherits that class. And the public, of course, you've been seeing it all along. On the other videos, I didn't mention much about the magic function. You know, the stuff that we're doing here. This is the magic function. I'm going to break it down more. Like, I'm going to have a separate video just describing the different magic functions that we have. You know, because right now we're using 3 or 4 different ones right now. And like, for instance, like you have your construct, right? Then you have your get, you have your destruct. That's the one to get rid of stuff, housekeeping. And of course, just set. There is another one called, let me see, on the, oops, see what happens to my friend. Call like that, you know. It's almost the same thing as the set, but I mean oh no, there's another one too. It's almost the same thing as the string thing. I also have a magic for, where is it? Yeah, see? To string. And I will explain to you all this when the time comes. So, I'm sorry. So these special, you know, one more thing before we get into these special, magic methods, right? People say function methods, but because we're dealing with OOP methods. Now these are special methods that start, right? Remember this, always starts with 2, not 3, or not 1. It has to be 2. They are not meant to be called like directly. Like, in other words, how you call a function directly, right? You do the name and this stuff like this. I said this is a function directly. This is how you invoke them, right? But we're not doing that. It doesn't know what this is because there's nothing here that has this. All we do is we have these doubles. The problem with this is it doesn't work. It has to be done. This thing has to be called indirectly. In other words, they're like only when you're like starting something, like creating a object, that's when this takes place. Okay? It's more like for initialization. You can initialize stuff with it. You know, they provide powerful ways to customize object behavior, form errors. You can interact with properties and methods dynamically. I mean, this is good stuff. The destruct is like when you're done with everything. When you're done with everything, or the end of a script or whatever, this will run automatically, and you can use this. Right now, it's just doing this little echo. But you can put all kinds of housekeeping. Maybe oh yeah, here it goes. It is a housekeeping method. Maybe I should say method too right here. I'm doing this so I try to add as many things as I can, so that when I give it to you, you will have it. You will have the explanation and stuff like that. So again, remember what I told you: the private, public, and what is it? Protected. Private can only be accessed within the class. You know, the class. Public can be accessed outside the class. And of course, your the protected one, it's like private, but can only be accessed or changed by the other class that inherits this class. That's what it is. That's what it does. You know, in the beginning, I was like, okay, I finally got to remember this and that. Then I find out about, first I find out about the private, then I find out about the private, and then so, oh, look, they threw in the protector. I'm like, what the hell? And then I find out, okay, so it's like private, and then I'm like, I confused. But then when you mess around with things and you break it, you break this up a little bit, and you look at it and go, oh, you get to find out that is accessed by the other class, the class that inherits this class. So then I made it easy. I put it here. Let's see. Let's put it. Let's save this. Ooh, ooh. I do that wrong. I'm using right now. I'm using um, what is this? The control panel. Good stuff. And you go like this, and then you open up your file. You can move your file. You can even copy or rename them. You can even delete them, or you can download these things. And there's a lot more to this. But if I hit the tool one, I have the C panel, right? The C panel, it's all C panel. That is going to give me it's going to show my credentials, and I do not want to show that. But and there will be a video where I'm going to show you how that works, and maybe I'll create some kind of a dummy just to show you. Okay. Once I get my good editor that I'm looking into, then I can be able to dim out some stuff that I want people to see. So right now I created a class called animal. Now you've seen this before, right? And in this case I'm gonna have like the name, because I want this all to be public. I want to say the favorite food of the animal, the sound they make, and we'll throw in the ID. Right, and then this variable right here, which happens to be like a static, and this one right here. Now this, because you got the word static in there, that means that it's shared by everybody. Everybody can get to it. It's shared by the methods, it's shared by the classes. In this case, I'm doing the same thing, but I'm creating constant. Now this variable is shared by every object, but the constants are attributes and fields that cannot be changed. Maybe I should have wrote that. Did I? Oh yeah, I did so right here. Constant can't be changed, just like anything else. Remember the other one that what is it? The define, something like this. Remember that one? Where you put here the actual name and then the value, which is this here like that. That's also cannot be changed. Once you create these things, it cannot be changed. Like I can't go down here and say, oh, let me change pi to 4.3. Cannot be done. So that's what that is. Now here's a method that I created called the get name. Now remember I told you that you cannot, if this was private, you couldn't get to it. Like over here, like I couldn't do, like first you create your car, you do this. I couldn't do like echo or whatever that, what was that name like that. It won't work. It'll give you an error. But how would I get this information? How do I do this? Well, you can create a separate method. In that separate method, where is it? It's right here, name. Then you can return it. So if you needed like this information, you can kind of down there, right? You can do stuff like, what is it? Whatever let's put it down here. It'd be better. Let's get down here real quick, because I want to take my time. So we go here, we create this, right? And then you can echo this, like this, echo, like this. You're going to see it anyway in a few minutes, like that. And then you're going to call in the name. What's the name I gave it? This one. Like this. But it's not going to work because right now I got a lot of stuff commented out that I want to be able to do this. But I'll show you in a second. I don't want to get ahead of myself. All right, let's see. Let's close. All right, excuse me. And sorry. And I did one for the food. I did one for the gift, sound. I did one for the ID. And I also did the same thing for the set. This is what sets things. Like when you want to set the name to something else, the food to something else, this is what does the job. This is what does the job. So, these are methods that return the whatever variable that you got, not variable, we're going to say fields, and you can create separate method for each of them. That's what we're doing here, right? But there's also a better way to do this instead. They are called getters and setters, which is right here. But this will be done. I think I'm going ahead of myself. If I wanted these are called, we consider this as getters and setters. These are getters and these are setters. Even though you do have one that runs automatically, but I'll show you in a second why. And whenever you need a name, this is who you call. Because remember what I told you? Only a function that's within the class, if this was public, right, can get it. Right now, just either way it'll work, but if it was private, it'll do it for you. Right now it's public, it still will do it for you. Doesn't matter. But this is just in case you want to make something private. This is what you do to get to it. Same thing here, same thing here, same thing here. And you're going to see it a little lower down. Now, just to let you know that it's okay to do. If you don't want to do it this way, fine, but this is the best way to do it. Okay, because you can do it with the set and the get. But those they run when something is created or something happens that you need it. You're gonna see, or like when you want to check. Like for instance, well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's just keep going. And this is how you get to it, and this is how you get to them, and this is how you set them. All of this. Oh yeah, one more thing that you haven't. Do you see anything that's weird here? You see anything? There's no public in here. I don't have this. Like that. Well, guess what? When you don't provide one, the default is public. But since I showed you how to do it the last time, let's just do it. But you can do it like this because automatically it will be public. It's a good idea to do it like this anyway, because just for a reminder, and you might want to make it a private, right? So you just have to put private right there. But right now we're making it a public. It's already public, but I'm just a good idea. And here we can leave those. Let's put those. Alright, right now it's not doing anything because I don't have anything going right now. You know why? Now this is the construct. Remember I told you when you create a object, this will run. And all I did really in this one, you saw all the other stuff I did, but all I did in this one was just to create an ID, which is the same, not create an ID, but to assign to this field, property. I did it here, and I just did the RAM. You remember the random number thing? This says I want ID to be from 100 to a million. Anything between that is okay. Don't let it go. That's why you see this weirdness here. See, if I go like this, you see how it changes? Because it keeps adding to it. And then, of course, you echoing. This is what this, matter of fact, just so you put a star. How about that? Like this. See? And it will access this static attribute. See this right here? Because we're going to be using this. And right now, see this number right here? Is the actual number that you're getting. Number of animals. Because even though you're getting the random stuff, let's see, where are we? Hundreds, you're going ahead of yourself. Why don't you just take your time and just do step by step. All right, fine. This here, now you see this right here? This means that I want to get these guys. You know what I mean? You're doing it again. Oh God. This is how you access your static attributes. And I want to get this one. I want to get this one. This is the one that gives you the dot. I want to get this one. And by the way, see this right here? It's what's doing this. So every time I print this guy out, like right now, look. The moment I hit this, it's going to give you another number because once it gets printed, now it's going to be another number, right? Once it does that, boom, this does it automatically after the fact. Remember that one? If you put it in front, like not here, but if you for a variable or something, number, you put it in the front, that means give me that first, like the changes, and then you can print it out. In this case, we're not printing out the changes. It gave you the one that was there before. Now it changed it, so when you run it again, it'll give you what you changed before. Then it adds up again. All right. And the way to get to these, oh my God, I got a slight little headache. The way to get these static stuff, like this right here, because I made it the static. See, static. That means that everybody can see this. Everybody can read it, and the object outside, inside. That's what that means. Okay. So what happens is I just did that, and that's what's giving you every time you hit this number. Now it changed again. We're not going to see that yet until I hit it again. Or it changed it again. And then it's not going to show you no more until you do it again. Okay. And of course the destruct means it's like the housekeeping stuff, you know. It's all housekeeping stuff. Now this method, right? The destructor method, it's automatically, like I mentioned before, it's automatically called when an object is no longer referenced or when the script ends. Remember that one? It's often used like to do the cleanup, like housekeeping. Maybe I should just right here. Say clean up. We'll save it. This is for you because I'm gonna try to put as many information as possible. And once that does, and what happens is because I did all this, boom, you get the message that spot is being destroyed. And there's only one thing that I'm kind of printing out there. This is right here, name. Then if you want to echo the other ones, it'll give you all the other ones like name and favorite food sound. But I didn't care. I just said name. But it's up to you how you want it. Okay, so that's what that is. And then of course when you invoked like this here, remember I told you it's automatically. Something has to happen, right? So this invokes. This is invoked when you try to access an inaccessible, like a private or protected thing, or a non-existing, which I think I showed you. Well, no, you have not, because this is going to happen in this video. Non-existing properties or an object. It allows you to define a custom logic for retrieving a property value. That's what it is. Maybe I should put a space here. Save it. Here it goes. For this to work, you need to assign a name to the field by using this. So we're assigning the name, and of course, I just want you to print something out. That's all. And if it doesn't work, let's say there's a problem, right? Let's say there's a problem. You can always take this out, and it'll give you the field doesn't exist. But I do 1, 2, 3 because I don't want to use it yet. And then it says returns this, right? That's what that is. When you get a get, it returns this. Remember, none of this stuff is doing anything right now. It's kind of sitting in memory, but I'm just getting it ready. I'm explaining, so when we do the things below it, then you know what's going on. Now the set one, which happens to be this one, I think I mentioned, I think I did a set in one of the videos, maybe the last video. I'm gonna have to go check. I use the same idea, but in this case I'm using a switch, and I'm getting a name. I'm using a parameter, and this is a parameter. And what happens when you want to when it's going to be used, right? It also tries to write data. This sets the stuff for you by giving you what did I say? Instead of having just that one thing echo. But what would happen if you're setting the name? Well, here it goes. You get this information. What happens when it be the food? Well, then you get this information, and then you do a break. Remember, break. The reason why you do a break is because we don't want it running down. Let's say we didn't have a break, it'll just keep going on and on and on. So when you do a break and it finds out that it's name that you're using right here, the name that you're transferring over, or if it's favorite food or sound, then it'll break. You'll get that information right with the value. It assigns it to it, and then it breaks right out of the switch statement. You've seen this before when I was showing you the different commands that PHP uses, which is like, wow, like way back. Might be in the teens, maybe, the videos. But you can always go back and just go to my, like the channel on YouTube. Just go, oh man, hit that, and you're going to see all the videos and stuff there. Just if you wanted to know more about the switch, you can go search. You'll see it. It's all going to be there. You saw. Let me go search. Or you can always search it using going to the PHP manual, and that's what that is. I don't know. I think I put a, yeah, let's put a little break there, so that way it'd be more about like this. You can read it better. Okay, so that's what that is. Oh man, again, remember, it's useful for implementing those custom login, like for settings, property values. It's great for validation, okay? So then what happens is, if you go down a little bit, let's go right here. Oh yeah, by the way, if you didn't do any of the, I'll do this. Since it's default, that means that if it's not none of these things, then you get this, not found, okay? And in the meantime, you do all this, you transfer this information, then you're gonna get the actual stuff. So it will be, the name was set, like whatever the name is. Oh yeah, the favorite food, whatever it is, meats or whatever is that animals like. And that's what this is, and it's telling you right now, this sets the name to this value, and basically what I'm saying is, you'll get like, it'll set this into with this value, it'll set this with this value, and on and on. the run function, I'm going to keep it, you know something, I'm going to put it in anyway. And just to be, you know, consistent. This, I just did it like that in the beginning so I can show you what the deal is. And in this, we're going to have a, we're going to echo this to run this method, and then you're going to get this. Now remember this means anything that's within the class. Anything within the class. That's what this means. If it was in another thing, you will have to put it on there. Alright, let's see, where are we? When was that, man? When was that? Now, the final function means what is good. That means like final. This is it. It's a final function. Running is good. This is stupid. We think about it at first. I mean, I was doing this stuff. I was doing it on my phone because I sit down in front of the TV and then I go, okay. I send it to the email and I pull it out and I do the testing. See that I was on the right track. And final means that's it. It's the final. That's all it is. Okay, man. So now, oh yeah, this one here is also automatically called. This is called when an object is treated as a string. And let's say you want to, you know how you echo a function? Let me see. Let's say you went like, I'll give it anything. Let's say fun. Like this. See? If you did this, it's going to echo anything that you're doing here. Like if you had a function like here, and it prints this stuff out, that's what you're going to get. Or let's say what happens if you don't have something like this. You don't, let's say by mistake you put it like this and you echo it. What happens is it's going to go down the line and it's going to read this one. It's going to do this one, and then you're going to get it because it's going to treat this like a string, and then you're going to get the return, which happens to be this whole string thing. And as you can see, it kind of added a you know, this name, this sound, you know, try to make it into a nice little paragraph. That's what happens. That's what you get. It returns a string. That represents the actual object. Let me see. This is a little space there. Keep it clean too as we go. Okay, and of course you got your status function. Same thing. Which is cool. You don't have to. Yeah, that means this function, status, that means everybody can see it. Anybody can see this function. Just like you did. Where are we? Right here. Just like you did here. Everybody can see it. Any function, anything, even the outside can see this. With no problems. It's like public, you know, basically. All right. So then what we're doing is really returning two numbers. It's kind of dumb, but I just thought maybe show you different ideas and that you can kind of say, oh, you know, I can do this, because that's kind of what I do too. You know, not only do I write stuff, but I also look at other people's stuff too, especially when I was at the job. Right now I'm just in self, you know, proprietor, but when I see these things, you know, and plus I'm also like didn't want to mention it, but like a ghost, you know what a ghost writer is? He writes the stuff for the guy that's actually promoting the book. People think that it's him writing it, but it's really the ghost, right? Well, I get calls for I get calls from people, and I give them little tiplets. So that, you know, just to help them out, you know, especially the older guys starting. Okay, so let's get on to it. Now remember, I showed you all this. We got your functions, you got all your this, you got your gets. I already showed you, told you about this. The magic function that runs automatically when you do something, especially when you start an object, and how you start an object. Now remember, this is the class. How about if we put it here so that way you let me see, should I put a little space? Did I do it? Let's see, I put spaces on all of them. How about we do a little space so you can see it better? I wanna make it easy for people. I know it's not important, but that's good. It's good. This one. The 3, that means that this is a command, so you can take this out and then you can run the thing. 2, that means it's a comment on bottom. And that's not a convention of anything, that's something that I do. That's my convention. Alright, let's see. Okay, we're going to say here create. Let's say create an object from blueprint. Let's say one word. Let's see. Blueprint class. How about we make it caps, so that way you know, let's put a space there. Let's make these caps, okay? So we're gonna say object like that. Let's save it. So I'm gonna be taking my medication. All right, man. So now we create an object, right? Right now, it is over here. We're assigning assigning the actual like values to these properties or fields, right? Remember I told you that when you create a object, you gotta always do this. It's not this. It's not this. Not this. It's not this. This is only within the actual class. When you create an object, you don't do this, you do this. Right? See the difference? See the, where is it? See, where is it applying the thing? Right here. See the difference? But it will be the name. So I could say, let me see what we got here. How about if we take this out, right? I don't know why I put 3 there. Must have been a mistake there. Let's see. Okay, here goes. Assign value to the object field. So I made this. It's just a regular string. Nothing special about this. Then what I'm going to do is apply spot to the name. I don't know if the dog eats pizza, but I just put pizza because, believe it or not, it's my favorite food, pizza. And then the sound, the dog goes roof, roof. And that's what that is. So what I did was, we're not going to be doing this right now because this is a rule. I should have put this underneath, but for now we'll leave it there. So what I did was I went like this. I said, okay, we're going to create this. Right? That's what I said. I'm going to run this, and of course you're not going to see nothing else. It did create this. It put this in memory. It's in the memory. Right? Let's skip this here for now. And of course, when you assign in a field variable, remember the underscore construct gets involved automatically. I mentioned that already. Then the set method gets called. Actually, it doesn't. That's only when you do something else. Yeah, it does. Kind of. Yeah, it does. Right here, we're doing the 3. So how about if we do, let's take this one out, right? See where it says get sound? It's going to get this sound. It's get sound. It's going to use this get sound. Right here. No, that's not it. Get sound right here. It's going to use this. as while you're running that method, it's going to return this information with this sound. But you're saying to yourself, "But where is it? It's not. There's no rough here or nothing." No. And this is just creating the thing, right? Creating the methods. It sits in memory. What puts that information is, oh, by the way, when you create this, again, I'm going to mention it again. When you create an object, it runs this stuff. That's why you get this information. Well, we discussed that with you. And then what happens is when you do run this right here, when you do this right here, when you do this right here, what happens is it's going to come, it sets it right here. See? It sets it right here. It's weird, right? It's a weird thing. It sets it right here, and then we're going to check, and then we're going to say, oh, that's the value. We're going to take the value, we're going to stick it into this. This is why it's a good idea to have that switch, the switch method. You know, so you can check. Let's put a space here. Sounds better. Looks better. So what happens is, so when you go like this, oh, this is spot, good. It assigned it to somewhere. Where does it go? Well, how would I know? Boom, it comes here, set, and it takes that information that you assign, the value, and whatever the name is, which happens to be this, does the value, this will be like the name, this will be this, the value, name, value, name, value. And that comes here and it checks, sticks that information into here, and here, and here. So when you're ready, now it's set, it has everything set for you. Remember I told you that it runs automatically. When you do this stuff, that's what that does. Now, let me see something. Did I save this? Will it give me anything? There we go. Where is it? Did I take it out? How did I do that? Where is it? Another way. Okay. Oh, here it goes. Sorry. Remember I told you we're gonna do that right now. Right here, remember I took it out. This is it right here. See? It gave me the animal name equal get sound. Get sound. I know it will work even if I did this. It says public, it's gonna work no matter what. But if I say private, I spell that right. A lot of this stuff will probably fail. This is private. Let's see. See, set to spot. Because it ran the thing, it still gave me this. It is set to spot. It ran the thing. Where is it? Where is it? See, right here. It's set to spot. See? Because it was private. It's private, and went like this and did it. If it's public, it doesn't need to tell you, hey, it was set. Oh, I just should have mentioned something like, hey, this was private. Well, you can do that. You can say from set to method, blah blah. This is private. You can put it right here if you want. But let's put it back into public, because I'm going to deal with just public. I might put everything as a private just to give you a whole bunch of. So let's say we'll do public. Save it, and then probably get that in. Oh, here it goes. See, it said all that stuff. It read this guy, then went like this. It said like this. Well, check this out. It said, oh, this was. What was I doing? Oh, each one. There it is. Like right here, we're just doing the sound one. So what happens is it looks for the sound, you go do, boom, sound. It does this for you, and guess what? See this word? Break. Break. That means get out, don't do this. If you put private, it'll go down the line. It can't do it, so it has to assign it. Where is it? Yeah, right here. It signs it right here. It assigns it right here, and then it moves on. Moves on. Where are we? So that's what that is. Let's see what we got right here. Right here. Now, what I want to do is, it says this calls the gate num and the ID. Why didn't I just put the little things here so you can, I don't want to confuse people. Let's just do this. It is a method, right? So I just do it like this. Let's save it for you guys. You're not going to see what that is. So let's say we took this out. Look, I put these numbers here so I can keep track of what would be the next step, next one, next one. Let's take this one out. Let's save it. And then, this is going to grow, by the way. Boom. See? Outside the get name spot says, Riff, give me some pizza. That's stupid, but I did it anyway. My idea is this. As you can see, the number, right? My idea is this. And make the sound of rough. Rough. See, because you ran it. You can call every one of them. Just like we did here. And of course you can add your things. You can add, regular stuff like how I did here. All this regular stuff. And it'll work for you. Now, that's good enough for now. It says, get the name outside. Oh man. So then, which happens to be this stuff here. And then, what is it? And then, oh, okay. This call, I spelled this wrong. This calls the run method. Remember the run method? That runs this guy? Where are we? Hang on, run. This one is inside from the run method. That's what you're going to get. So take this out. No, not here. Right here. Now it's going to run it. I should have put a number there. Right? That should have been 3. Let me see. Boom. Inside from this. I should have just put 3 there. Like up there. But I did want to do that. So then it runs this, and that's what this is, right? It runs it right here. Inside, meaning that it's inside within the class. That's what I meant. I mean, I could be more specific there, but you get the message, And then this is the one I was talking about. When you call the new object without an attribute, remember, without those parentheses. I'm going to actually just say, I'm going to put it in here, like that, okay? I'm going to run it, and what you're going to get is this. It's kind of cool though, right? I'll do this a little bit. Let me see. Let's do the test. Let me see. Make sure I got that right. Let's see. Right. Boom. 3. It said from the to string. Get it up with the 2 things here. Method spot says roof. Give me some pizza. I just repeated myself. My idea, whatever that is, make the sound of roof with the total animals equal to 1. This is 1 animal. See? And it's using that one. static. And how do you read the static? Like this, you say self, but this is this whole thing, self, right? You could have just said the name of the thing, but this is how you do it, self, string. So then it comes here. Did I do it? Sure did, right here. That's what that does. Isn't that great though? Let's let go of 4. It's just another one just to show you animal 1, animal sound, blah blah blah. Just another one, 4, animal. And then boom. Animal spot says Rivka's Pizza. See? When you call it like this, or you can put this in another thing, call the actual, what you would call it, you know, like with the double, then it will give you a function that has this. But I just wanted to keep it outside here. That's all. It's no big deal. But if you call it with like a method like this, like we've done before, like here, then you'll get all this information. But I just kind of left it outside. It's no big deal. And then I did this one too. I did a pi. I wanted to find a pi, because pi is a constant, but it's also static. Constant stuff will also be called, look, animals. It will call the, where are we? The animal class. Oh yeah. What are we calling, by the way? Let's see. Pi. Where's pi at? Where did I put it? There it goes, right here. Pi. It is animal, which is here. You're going to call static. That's static, by the way. And you're going to call it with the 2 double colon. See, this little tiny little technique. So I start to play around with it. I'm like, wow, you can do that then. I start to realize, oh, so I investigate and say, oh man, that's what you can do. I like it. I don't do it like that all the time, but it's there if you want it. The calls, this is what it means. So it's a static thing, and you can call it using this. And you inside the place, you say self, because that means self means in here. Okay, so we're here. Let's see, where are we? Blah blah blah. Annual 4. This is animals. See, this is the one we just saw, right here. What is it? I thought I had it. Did I even run it? Let me see. Animal favorite number. Did I do it already? No, I did not. Why did I think I did it? There you go. All right. Boom. See? It says animal 1 favorite number 3 1.5 or whatever one, a pi number. That's what that is. Favorite number. So silly. How about if we do this too? I'm going to echo out some kind of comment. Let's put a little. Below, I will set a new name value to X. Remember we were talking about the set command thing? Let me see, where are we? The methods. Right here. The sets, these guys. And you set it, this is it. It goes like this, it set it in, and then you can use it everywhere. You know, when you print out the like these things. Let's see, we go here, and here it goes. Now remember, this is the object that you just created, right here. This is the object that you created using the class animal. Then the animal has something inside there that says a method called set name. Now you're going to set it to Rex. That's what that does. I'm about to, oh, I'm going ahead of myself. But that's what that does. You're setting it here. You're setting it. The get, you can read what was put in, especially when it's things that's private. You can set this stuff even if it's a private, and then of course the inside the class it'll use it as a this with the arrow, $this with the arrow. And then if you wanted to read it, what do? You do the get, right? But right now, we set it. Now how do I know if it got changed? So then let's do this one. We're gonna do get. I put the 3 different line breaks just because it break it down a little bit more, you know. You can do whatever you want. This is all practice. Plus, you wouldn't even do all this stuff like that. This is just the idea of what you can do. And of course, I'll show you in the other video that you can make it. There it goes. The below value, new name value. Below I will set a new name value to Rex, and we're gonna get it. Okay, the new value. Maybe I should have put a little space there. Let's put a little extra one there. This is so you can play around with it. There you go, right here. See? Rex. From get name method Rex. We did it. This is going to be tricky. Alright, so this is it right here. Now I created these other things too, which is it's a strange technique that, remember how we're doing this like this stuff here? This also, let me write this down for a second. Let's copy this and I'm going to put it over here. Let me, where is it? Put it over here. See how you got this like this? And so, well, you already know that this is a variable. The reason why you know it's a variable, because usually what do you do when you do variables? So in this case, fields. It's like this, right? Then you say equals to Rex. But you're sitting inside your class, so what do? You put that little extra word right in there. That's all it is. So now it's still like a variable, except that you got this in front of it. Remember, it's fields or properties. But if you look at it, it's a variable, right? And this is how you know, as long as it's within the actual class, even the outside. When you create the object, you can't do this. You gotta use the object name like this, right? Well, there's a weird thing here. Let me take this out. There's a weird thing here. It's a strange technique, which I found out much later. It's like, let's say a regular variable. Let's do this. Let me see if it'll give me a regular variable thing here. Let me see. What time is it? It's going to be. It's going to do nothing. Okay. So, but then you go. Let's take this out so I can get a little message going. I just wanted to add this because this variable, you're assigning this thing called hold var. It's just a regular string. That's all it is, right? It says it right here. Hold var. Put a little closer so you can see it. Right? And then you can make the value of that variable the $A variable by adding a $sign to it. It's just so weird. Look, it's right here. It is just weird. And when I found out about it, I'm like, oh, wow. I did a thing one time with JavaScript, and it needed to do, and I'm like, how do I go about doing these things? Because it was, I'm having trouble with this and that. And I find out because JavaScript is a way of doing it kind of what I'm doing, what I'm going to show you right now. I'm like, oh man, the PHP has that too. Oh my god. And that's why I'm kind of showing it to you right now. So that's a variable. So you can make a value of variable a variable. Do you know what I mean? Let me just do this. We'll do it if this variable a variable. Which is strange. And the way you call it, right? So you made this into a variable a right here. Let me see. Now this variable a, which says it has whole var, right? Because you made it. Look, you assigned whole var. You want to call it. So now you want to make that. You want to make this a variable. Yes, it's a variable value of $a. This is the variable, and you're assigning a value, but you want to make that value a variable for something else. So the way to do that is like you put an extra dollar sign. It's crazy. You put an extra dollar sign like this, whole value like that. This is whole var, and this is var whole. Okay. This is you made a variable with this value. Here it goes right here. But you want to assign another value to that variable, which happens to be dollar whole var, which is here. This is like a substitute, like which is like a placeholder, like something that's in there. And the only way to do that is you gotta say, okay, you gotta put another dollar sign right in there. Now it's trying to say that this here is like having this. Show you. This here is like having this, like that. That's exactly it. But we're not showing you like this. We're showing you like this, because you applied it to this variable. Now this variable, which has that value becomes a variable. And now you're gonna assign something else like var whole. So basically, you're gonna say dollar whole var equals. You're gonna assign var whole to dollar whole var. But you're not seeing dollar whole var, you're seeing the $a, but for it to, replace it, you gotta put another dollar sign, because this is what really describes that it's a variable. This is what this is. This is a variable. It's crazy. Anyway, let me just show you. Go like this, echo. Here's a new variable. I was trying to say right with the value of this. Let's see what it looks like. Let's save it. There we go. Here's a new variable, value of var whole. Remember? Var whole. Let's take this one out too. And then let's go like this. You can call it like this. This var whole. So strange. You can call it like that, as you can see, what you're seeing right there. And let's take this one out. Oh, that's all. That's all I'm saying. Let's take this one out too, so we can separate what I'm about to do. All right, like this. Boom. There it goes, var. This is while, you get it. This is the var. Sorry guys. Now, remember we talked about how you inherit animals, so we're going to create dog. So we're going to take this out, and we're going to take, oh my god, these people with the slamming doors. over here I showed you, I commented everything out, kind of broke it down so you can see. Over here I didn't do that. I did put the lecture number here, the lecture number. I'm just going to run it straight. But basically you're going to say, hey, I want the dog. The dog is going to be the new dog, right? That's the animal dog. You created a class right here. This is the class. It's just a simple thing. And this class only has the one thing, run. I don't need to repeat all of this stuff when I'm using it anyway by extending it to the animal. So I'm using everything that the animal has, dog has now, except that on this one here, the run, which is this one, is here, the run, right? You got this one, inside method from the this one, it's going to call the run itself. It's the same method, but it's going to use this one. That's what I mean by when you overlap the, what was the word I was using before? When you overlap the stuff, like you don't need to use this one. You invoke those things, and you invoke, you create the class, you're extending it to animal, and that's it. And you just decided to create your own polymorphism, I guess you could call it, right? I'm gonna break the polymorphisms and all that stuff. I think I explained it on the last video, but it copies the stuff over. So instead of using this one, now if it didn't have it here, they don't use this one. Let's say if I didn't create it, it was just a blank one. It uses this one. But because I created the class and I am using all the other crap, I could use the other run, but I decided to create my own run, polymorphism. So then you can use this. It overlaps. It copies this over the one you have. That's all. So if you got the dog, right, you created animal 2, you did assign value object, right? I'm assigning it to muscles. I used to be my pit bull. He used to love steak and he used to go because he was a pit bull. Then when you assign to the field, the variable, the constant gets involved automatically. Then you got your set method for the settings and stuff that we did here. That's why I meant by that, really. And then I put it as an extra 1, 2, so you can distinguish between the other. Plus you can distinguish because I kind of did this. And then, it's going to do everything that I did over there, except that instead of being $animal_1, it'll be $animal_2. Everything I did over there, it's going to be done here. That's what this is. So if I go like this here, right here, this is the footer stuff. This stuff that you see here. That's what that is. Nothing special. And this here is because I am assigning a picture into this picture. That's why I got an ID. That's being done like right here. Right here. Pattern. Look at that. Alright. That's another video for another day. CSS. Simple stuff, but right now PHP is the thing that we're doing right now. Now that we saved it, right, let's run it. Boom. Give me the next one. Here's the dot. It is while number this. Here we go. Separate number. The value. Another one. Get it's grrr. Remember that one? Get the name of the muscle. Says grrr. Give me some steak. That's what that is. Of course, the number that changes all the time. It prints this out for you, then it changed it, but you don't see the new change yet until you refresh. Then you got your inside run, Rex run. Where is it? Oh man, where the hell is it? You guys see it? right here, run. And you're gonna go here and what is it? No, it's not that one. What is it? That's the outside stuff. Okay, who cares? Did I forget to do some? What happened to 5? What happened to 6? Did I even put a 6 here? Huh. No, 6. What is missing? What was the 6th one? Where is it? Did I completely forgot it? Let me see. 6. Get name. Oh, we're not doing any of these things. Yeah, I could have done this. Let's put 6. This goes to 2. Let's see. Did I put it in there? There we go. 6 muscles. Okay, good. Very good. Let's see. Oh, my hand. Oh, I can't believe this. Oh, sorry, guys. Oh, no wonder it didn't work. Look, we just found out. Where is it? What is it that I was looking at? 22, right? 22, let's see, 22. Yeah, look. I'm still using Rex. Why? Because I'm doing 1. Yeah, why didn't I change that? Let's do this as a 2. Well, I'm glad this happened. That way you see. Boom, 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 boom. Spot. There he goes. There you go. Oh, that's not it. Where is it? Where are you? Why? I'm getting myself confused here. From. Why does it say 1 here? Oh, no, it's 1. Don't be a dummy. Okay, here it goes. Right here. See? From door class, muscle runs like, right? Runs, how about we just say runs fast? There you go. There you go. Runs fast. See? If you leave this one alone, should I take it out anyway? Yeah, let's do this. And oops. Is it going to show? There we go, see? Inside method runs like muscles. Isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? Yeah, runs like, no, that's not it. Inside, yeah, inside. Where is it? Okay, here it goes. Inside. So if I put it back in, where is it? Oh, put it back in. Then it becomes from door class. See? It changes it. It doesn't really change, it just overlaps. It just decides, well, we're not going to use that one. We're going to use what we got here. And that's what that is. Isn't that great? I mean, the stuff that you can do with this stuff, especially that crazy thing, man. I mean, it was just like, wow. You know, like this stuff right here, was so I mean, it's a good idea to have it just in case you need it. Hey, you can do these kind of things. Well, we reached the bottom, man. I know it was a little long, but I wanted to explain to you. I'm going to put this in the description below as a TXT and of course your PHP. TXT might give you a little trouble because you get everything, but some of the things like the quotes and stuff will give you like this weird, you know, like the actual entities, but but different. It's just weird. Anyway, we reached the bottom. I hope you learned something from this thing here. The next one is going to be, I don't know, I was thinking about doing the, what you might call it, like the database connection, right? Because that is a thing that you're going to be using. If you're going to use object-oriented programming, you want to do that. You want to use it for this thing here. Hold on. For, where are we? Right here. For the sign up. For the sign up, like that. And we're going to do this, and it's going to go into the thing, and we're going to put it in the database. Or maybe we'll do the one for, just for the, just to keep the database, the credentials. Of course, I won't be able to show you, but I'll say something like localhost or whatever it is that you need, and then I'll show you the little different things that you need, like from the option, the PDO options that they have. They got several different ones. And the try, remember the try statement? We'll do that, and the catch, remember that one? Then we'll do the switch. We'll do all this stuff. We'll do the execution. We'll do a lot of different things. But it's mostly for the database to get this thing to work, because this is the stuff that you're really going to be using. Now this stuff is just ideas and techniques that you can use if you did it this way, this and that, but of course you'll work that out as long as you know how this works right now. Basically, there's other things too, but I think there is. I mean, this is as far as I actually gotten with object-oriented programming, because believe it or not, it's just a handful of stuff that you use over and over again. But I'm pretty sure there's other stuff that we can use, definitely. And then when I learn it, I'll make a video out of it. Matter of fact, I'm gonna make a video, a set of video with nothing but OOP, like breaking it down. Not how I'm showing you, like it's just like a lot of stuff, like breaking it down slowly. The next one and the next one. Then I'm gonna have one about the automatic magic methods that come up. The separate ones. I know I touched on some of them today, and I gave you an explanation. I just want to break it down a little bit more and give you that too, just to have it, because you need reference. I use videos for references. If I need to remember something or something, I remember the guy told me, then I just do it. I just look at it. You know what I'm saying? I learned a lot of JavaScript from the videos, and I read the books too with Douglas. And that's it. We reached the bottom, and if you did enjoy it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe. Give me a comment, man. I'm looking at my stuff, and I see no comment. I mean, maybe a few of them. I mean, I do it too. I'm guilty. Sometimes I look at videos and I just don't comment on anything, and I just keep going up. But I do give the thumbs up. Come on, guys, give me the thumbs up, man. Thank you very much. If you learned something, just give me the thumbs up. Until next time, a good night.